Hey folks, I'm Aspen Arrow, and we are back in Rimworld, the base game, no DLC, no mods, learning how to play in our Aspen Aptitude series. I do hope you are enjoying it so far. We did catch our first prisoner, Steven here, who is a 14-year-old with a psychite addiction. Obviously not feeling great, but a decent pawn overall. You can see that we are being alerted that we do not have a warden. So we need to go into our work and assign someone who's reasonably social. We do actually have 2, which is great. So we'll go ahead and put that up to 1 to ensure that they feed the prisoner. And then we also just want to make sure we're on recruit. We could reduce resistance first, but this should take care of it. We have 16 points, and then we can start trying to recruit Steven. It is, of course, the middle of the night, so you can see we are starting to leave some of our stuff outside, but that's okay. We do not have a lot of storage room, and that'll probably be something we'll want to get working on just so stuff doesn't deteriorate. We could also put it on shelves. I don't feel like making shelves yet. Also still getting our need defense. But I think we'll be okay. We can just sort of melee block and shoot for now. We could make a trap tunnel. We could start getting our walls up. Lots of things we could do. So I guess it's time to figure out what we're doing. We're researching solar panels, so we'll get some electricity. Make sure you are just on nearby. And we'll keep our colonists on nearby for now. Let them go ahead and sleep while I contemplate what's next. Go ahead and zoom out a little here. The shadow working on Steven's resistance here. We get 0.8 reduction, low mood, or Steven not feeling great, so he's not going to be in a good mood. We should give him at least a little table here. We'll give him a table and a place to sit when he gets to feeling better. It's not the best prison, but it will do for now. Still checking on those heal roots, so a bit torn as to what to do. We could try to kind of keep running the base over this way and just mine through here and then hope we don't run into Overhead Mountain, or that when we do run into Overhead Mountain, we will have a better way to deal with bugs. But we've got our basics. We've got food, we got medicine, we've got a little stove. We could have kept eating the packaged survival meals if needed. I like to try and save them in case we decide to caravan. We got some more rice growing, some cotton, and we are making some stone blocks. So that is all good. You making marble? Okay, why don't you make... Is that able to make some limestone? Well, let's just unpause when we're down. Drop on the floor, and we don't want them going everywhere, so we'll lower that radius. How's our mining? I feel like we're not great at mining. Yeah, we're not great, but we could just go ahead and make this room bigger and get another research bench down, and that's probably what we should do. So let's just start working on that while we get our electricity researched. And we're starting to bring in some more rice, which is great. Steven no longer incapable of walking. Coming down. Doesn't like us very much, so Still, it should move pretty quickly. We could also make the cell a little bigger, but I think it'll be fine for now. Go ahead and expand the home zone. And clear that spot. And there it is. We get a raid. Should be pretty small. Yeah, just one person with a club. Take a look at them. Undergrounder, kind, neurotic, with great mining. It would be nice if we could down them. And then we could potentially recruit them. We could send Shadow out to take a few shots. Where are they? Oh yeah, they're way down there. Well, action. You can highlight your weapon and see the radius here. So you can see bolt action has pretty good range. We could probably take a pot shot or two and still get back. Don't need to worry about cover. Oh, keeps moving just out of range. We'll wait. Come on. And we miss. A decent shooter. You can see we can highlight here. – 29%. Pretty long shot. But we'll hope to wing them. Okay. You can see the health bar went down. This took me a long time to realize that this was the health bar. It's bleeding. So hopefully by the time they decide to attack, we'll go ahead and undraft and just tell everybody to stay inside for now. And we'll hope that she falls down and we can capture another prisoner and expand the colony. So again, I'm just going to drop a sleeping spot in here. It'll be a tight prison, and there is downsides, as it could mean that they try to escape, but hopefully we can recruit fairly quickly. And we will go ahead and expand our inside zone here so we can get to the food and to our prisoner. Apparently they're just going to stand down there and bleed, but that's okay. I've noticed that even though I am on a wholly new computer and reinstalled everything, I still have an odd issue with the raid music not playing. Not quite sure what's going on with that. You're just gonna hang out? Okay, so I think we'll just kind of watch down here. We should get a message that they're attacking. Yeah, there they come. Don't really want them to light our crops on fire, so we're gonna just kind of say hold fire and hopefully kite around for a little bit, since we should be faster. You can come and go info, and I believe, yeah, move speed 155. And then if you look here, our move speed is 3.5. So we should handily outrange. We don't want to take a shot. We just want to essentially draw aggro. and keep Viaritol from lighting our crops on fire. Come here, buddy. You want to fall down? Whoops. Messing around in the menus and I'm gonna get killed with that. Fortunately, we move much, much faster. You can change the settings so this doesn't pause on attack, and that might be worth doing. But for now, we'll just run around. Very, very exciting. Come on, fall over. You've been bleeding for hours. Come on. Fall over. Shadow's mood's okay, so just keep doing this for a while. And needs some sleep and food soon. Would take another shot, but I'm afraid we might take their leg off. The damage was pretty good. Animal taming. Not the time, learning helper, but thank you. Moderate blood loss. Alright, we'll let Shadow go home and Crawford can take over for a bit. Nope. Don't shoot. That is because I have them set to fight, which we did, I think in the first or second episode. Come on, fall over. The things we do to get pawns. Oh, come on. I don't like underground or neurotic all that much. Neurotic means they'll break down more often, and undergrounder means they get upset about going outside, but we can maybe just let them stay inside and mine and research most of the time. And a good miner would be really nice, so I think it'll be worth doing this nonsense. Oh my goodness, please fall down. You can see just leaving trail of blood everywhere. All right, you can assign colonists to tame a wild animal with the tame designator. Colonists will offer animal food and attempt to tame it. Beware, some animals can respond violently to failed taming attempts, which we saw in the wildlife tab last time. There is a 10% chance the creature will attack when harmed, and 30% if the creature is tame failed. So that can be good to know if you're trying to tame things like bears, mega sloths. Even with a high level tamer, there always remains that chance. So it can be good to take people to back up, such as like having your other colonists bring their guns. Of course, that means there's a chance that you don't get to team them, but probably better than losing a colonist. We'll probably try and do that at some point, but I don't think we had great animals. I'm about to go punch you just so you fall down. Alright. I can't take it anymore. So we're going to take our two folks with guns and hope just punch once. Just took a bruise. And they got another bruise. We don't want to take Crawford because Crawford has a gun. Or has a knife, so it'll do actual damage. We just want to try and do some bruising to get him to fall down. There we go. I don't remember who our doctor is. Shadow. Alright, let's capture you. Undraft. We can send everybody back to nearby. Everybody had a long night chasing down our prisoner, but hey, we got him. So that is always an option. You can grab your person with a firearm, tell them not to fire, and then melee attack. And they're already tending. You could also use like a club or a, you can actually equip wood. So you could have said, hey Crawford, grab that wood and try and hit them. But person may get an infection. Apparently we're starting the food poisoning. Hooray. Very fun. But we'll see about hopefully recruiting this person. And that will get us 2 new pawns. And a faster miner because poor Duster is not quick at all. Is he medical emergency? Medical treatment. Says Shadow needs it. It's just a bruise. He'll be fine. So we'll speed on up while that's getting taken care of. And hopefully no infection. But if there is one, we do have some decent medicine. And back to researching. Oh, and the food poisoning continues. All right, so now would be an especially good time to make sure that people stay nearby, as they are going to move very slow and be puking while they have food poisoning. So if you hadn't set up zones, might be a really good time to do it, because if they're halfway across the map being chased by something, they're not going to move very quick, just like we saw with our new prisoner. Okay, we've finished solar panel. We can click OK. Go ahead and pause for a second and look at all the things we can grab. I'd love to grab geothermal, but I don't think we're going to get that far. So I think we will go ahead and grab pemmican really quick, just so if we do get an abundance of meat, we can try to not lose it and not have to worry about that we don't have a fridge. I'm sure the game will tell us we need one at some point, but I think we'll manage without. It'd be nice if you would stop food poisoning everybody. But alas, it appears that is not to happen. We'll tell Shadow to self-tend. Since he is our best doctor and it's just a bruise, he'll be fine. It may not help anything, but will at least get this notice off. Yeah, 25%, so not bad. And we have solar panels, so we can probably build a little walled area for some solar panels. Or just leave them out. We're probably fine to leave them out, but we could also do something like this. And put the panels over here and just run the power line like that. And eventually we probably won't use them, so it's probably fine. We can also get a battery, which we could hide like here. Right now I'm just trying to not use too many resources. But it would be nice to go ahead and get lights rather than having to use the wood for the torches. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. So we'll put down a solar panel. How many components do we have? 30. We did grab some steel. Oh, we actually can't. I guess we're doing a wind turbine. What was your construction? Oh, they'll get there pretty quick. All right. We can do a wind turbine. That's fine. We'll just slide it over there. And I'm gonna grab the hidden conduit. It'll cost a little more, but that's fine. We'll toss a battery down somewhere. Just do like that. And then grab our wall. Do something like that. And then just put a door on it. Hopefully we have enough steel. And it'll probably take them a while because they are all food poisoned. Crawford, please stop food poisoning everybody. All right. So much stuff to do. It can feel pretty overwhelming in the early game, but it's okay to just go slow and don't have to have a huge expanded base yet. Yeah, they're getting a bit of a mood debuff. You know, awful barracks, it's unsightly, but as I said, they've got low expectations. Our mood's not a problem, so we can keep going. And hopefully we'll have 2 new colonists, which will put us up to 5. And that's probably going to be good enough for a little bit unless we see someone really amazing. This is just kind of an okay generalist. Gives us someone who's a little medical, a little animal, a little plant, and some melee, and construction and mining. Which is good because our construction is terrible. Shadow is healed from his bruise. Oh, thank goodness. Actually might want to go grab this steel too. Now that the wolf is not down there, where is the wolf? Yeah, wolf has gone over here, so we could go grab this turkey. It's about to spoil though, and doesn't have much of its parts left, so we'll probably skip it. But as I said, sometimes they'll kill the deer, alpacas, things that are a bit bigger, and that can be really beneficial early game. I don't think it's worth hauling a turkey, though. Who all has food poisoning? Everyone's recovering? Okay, we'll go ahead and unrestrict so someone will hopefully go grab that steel. A little bit of jade and a club down here. Need to put this on pause when satisfied so that she doesn't keep, you see, she keeps going in just to cook one meal. Now she won't go cook anything until there's only 2 left, and that can save a lot of time too. We will also need these trees cut because trees will block a wind turbine. Actually, this is going to block too. I didn't think about that. We'll just put the battery inside for now. There's our note on freezers. So it won't look pretty, but it'll be fine for now. Alright, most foodstuffs will spoil after a relatively short time. To prevent this, you can build a walk-in freezer. To build a freezer, construct a closed room and put 1 or 2 coolers in the wall. Set the coolers to a negative target temperature. Frozen foods won't ever spoil. So, as I said, we don't have anything that's spoiling, and we're going to research pemmican, which has a really long shelf life as well. But this fresh rice doesn't spoil for 40 days. And ideally, we're using it before it's gone. And we're not overproducing meals, so we're going to eat our meals before they spoil. So I'm actually not going to build a freezer yet. We're just going to keep working on getting some power and recruiting these 2 people and making our base a touch bigger so we can get in a little more storage. Or maybe separate the storage so it's less hideous in here. And we'll let everybody sleep for a bit. You can come in and check. We are down to 11.3 and 14.1. Moving down fairly quickly. It'll still take a while, and we just have to hope they don't try to break out. And the duster stops botching all of the construction. Should have made sure I had a better construction pawn, but that's alright. These things happen. Does mean we're going to go through more steel and components than I'd like, but these things are recoverable. All right, Steven is healed. Got a fancy little ponytail back there. Once these limestone blocks are done, I think we'll probably send Crawford to go grab some of that steel, because I believe we are going to need it. Oh my goodness, stop. And food poisoning again. Crawford, you're a menace. Go grab some steel. Okay, we've got pemmican. And so we need more research. I think we will go ahead and grab smithing so we can hopefully work towards making some guns, and if we need to, at least a basic melee weapon for someone. Getting our wind turbine done, hopefully. I'm not sure why he stopped. Oh, I guess because the tree sprouted right there. That's funny. It should be enough blocks, so we'll go ahead and just suspend that for a minute. Let Crawford do some other things to get their socializing. And now we have 2 naked prisoners hanging out. We could give them clothes. It would get rid of that debuff, but also in Psychite withdrawal, he's just not going to have a good time. We could administer the Psychite, but I suppose my thought is it makes him a little easier to manage, but we'll see what happens. You can see that low mood really impacting how fast we're moving our resistance down. So it's probably worth expanding and making our prison a little nicer once we get our power going. No, no, no. Okay, so they started, this is a room now, and so they've started building a roof because they automatically build the roof. So I actually don't want a roof over all this, so I forgot to come say, hey, don't do that. Because having a roof, of course, will impact our wind turbine. Okay, he should now undo it. There we go. There is a lot of zones to keep track of, so you can always just remove and build. And it can be good to check every once in a while if you get something like a drop pod through your roof. They sometimes just don't randomly rebuild it, and so then you're sitting there going, why am I getting the outdoors debuff? And it is likely because, and you can see we are blocked by the limestone wall, which should be gone. We also have a trader. Excellent. There we go. So you can also say auto cut blocking plants, which will keep this from having an issue, and hopefully nobody goes and smacks that windmill now, or wind turbine. And we're sick again. Thank you, Crawford. I said it's not supposed to be a very high chance, but it seems to proc all the time. I don't think we need that shell. We can sell the pants. Not too worried about medicine or components. And we won't get to mortars for a while, so we'll just take the bit of money. Oh, never mind. We won't take a bit of money. I guess we'll grab a couple. There we go. Might as well take it, I suppose. These little small traders generally don't have all that much money to trade. We should pull that tea inside because it could help with the mood break. And let's find tea. There we go. Crawford, go haul that tea in. Shelves. I think we read this already, but shelves store 3 times as much as empty ground. They also never deteriorate and do not affect beauty. You can link shelves into groups and configure them as one. And we will get shelves, just not worried about it yet. And they're pulling the rest of that steel over. We've got some power. As you can see, if the wind isn't blowing, we don't generate power, so that's why we need the battery. And we can come in here and put some torches, or, sorry, wall lamps, not torches. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we can deconstruct these wall torches, which can be a bit wonky to grab, so you can hit this sometimes. There we go. Actually on the tile in front, that's why. So we'll deconstruct those so we don't keep using the wood. We'll go ahead and get some lights up. And I think we will go ahead and make our prison a little bigger. Get a second bed down for fire tall. Battery slowly charging up. We can also switch to an electric stove, which we will probably do. For now, it's fine. We have plenty of wood. But it is slower. Crawford, would you please stop food poisoning everybody? You can see with food poisoning, they're moving slow. Everything's just bad. And you can't treat it. You just have to wait for it to pass. And we do not have power to our other. So we're going to run this hidden conduit. I am choosing the hidden conduit, even though it costs more. It's less like you can't get the zzz event, is my understanding. Now, I think we can still get it with the battery. But that was an event where your power line would basically say it was installed wrong and light a bunch of stuff on fire. Can't build the bed because they keep walking on it. See if we can't, oh gosh. May have to. There we go. Oh, that was a good one, down to 6.6, so we should hopefully get someone out of there soon. We are switched over to lights. And let's take a look at our soil. We might want to grow a little more food. I'm going to grab this little growing zone back here. Oh, it is my dumping zone, so you can see it wouldn't let me do something, so it's a little more sheltered. And this will also help make sure nothing happens. So we'll go ahead and plant some potatoes. They grow well in this poor soil. Oops, that's also a stockpile zone. But we'll go ahead and plant some potatoes back here, and they're a little more protected in case someone does light something on fire. Just take advantage of this bit of soil back here. Gonna also expand our rice. But with one planter, I think that's probably all we'll do until we do get somebody else. And away we go. Poor squirrel got caught in here. It's probably going to dig its way out. I'm actually going to hold that open so the squirrel can get out. Look at Crawford go. That was some quick removal of stumps. And as usual, come in and expand our home zone. And for our wind turbine, so if it breaks down, they'll repair it. Actually, can put those in the home zone too. Oh, and I got rid of my dumping zone. So let's put another dumping zone. We don't want to put rotten things here. Other than that, that's fine. Alright, that made the prison a little bigger. It's still an awful prison. See, it's ugly, it's tight, and it's a little dirty, but it's a little better than it was. His mood's just gonna be bad unless we give him psychite, so. I believe Byertal is almost ready, though. Yeah, we're getting there. Oh my goodness. Sometimes it just takes a while, so. Alright, we got smithing. Let's go ahead and grab long blades. And mine out a little more space here. Oh, they're grabbing the rest of that steel. Okay. Perfect. Hopefully Crawford stops food poisoning us. But we have low cooking, so we didn't do a great job getting a good cook or a good construction worker, and obviously that's having some problems. Crawford still could have a higher cooking and have a chance to give food poisoning. There's always a chance, and the kitchen's clean enough. So even though it doesn't look great, it is clean enough that it shouldn't be from a dirty cooking area. It's just because Crawford apparently is leaving the rice out. Well, know that I've ever got food poisoning from rice. Have you got food poisoning from rice? My mom would always leave it on the stove, like covered, but leave it on the stove to turn into fried rice the next day. Hey, we got some goats. Wow, they're way over there. They'll give us some milk. So you can grab and just cheese it and hitch them. So they'll now, if we have someone set, we do. So if we leave Shadow unrestricted, he should go grab those goats. We could also toss them in here and just put some food on a shelf for them. I don't want them to eat my potato plants. So for now, we'll just put down a caravan spot, hitch, and they should be able to graze around it. And slowly making our little room bigger. You can see the mining does leave behind some debris, so we'll want to clean it again. There we go. Not that it's terribly clean, but it's not super dirty either. It's just really ugly. Uh-oh, and we have another raid. So we'll probably take care of this raid and call it an episode. Let's take a look. We have Zandy. Artery blockage, wood hand, and a bite scar. I think we'll be okay. Very good shooter, very good melee though. So we don't want to get too close. Chemical interest, too smart, pessimist. Yeah, this would be not someone I want. They will break down all the time. The construction and crafting is amazing, but no thank you. So 11 melee. I don't want to get terribly close. And I forgot to check the message as I always do. So you can come to the history, go to your message. They are going to prepare for a while, so we'll kind of repeat what we did last time. We'll have to let Shadow go get those goats another time. We're going to send everybody else to nearby. Even Shadow, while he's drafted, he won't pay attention to this, but if I undraft, he should head back, and we'll send our fox inside. Actually could have our fox help attack, but of course the downside of that is that the bonded animal might die, and then we'll get a mood debuff forever. I'm kind of disappointed that the fox was what we got. The dog would have been better. The fox is just not all that useful. It's too small to haul anything. So we don't want to get too close. Go ahead and zoom in a bit. And this could take a while, but hey, shooting experience. Don't need cover. Hey, we winged him. And shot off his toe. Sandy's not having a good day. Alright. That's probably good. We'll let Shadow head home. And as you can see, he should move back into his allowed area. I think Zandy will not be making it up to the base, and that's one last corpse I have to deal with. Oh, wait, and you can see we did get one goat. And we'll get some milk. So we'll worry about getting the rest of our goats next time. We'll keep expanding our little base, and we'll hopefully have some new recruits. We'll check in on the fate of Zandy down there. If you are enjoying the series, I do hope you'll consider liking and subscribing, or leave me a comment. Let me know what you would like to learn in Rimworld. As always, have a pleasant day, and I'll see you next time.